we have implemented in our company 2016 la ஆரம்பிச்சோம், and we have more or less implemented fully. We have seen close to adlende using IoT alone, we have seen something like 18% improvement in productivity. Now 18% is nothing. We are perhaps already at a reasonable level, so maybe we haven't improved all that much. But there are companies that have achieved 30%, 40% levels in productivity. Importantly for us, our cost of quality has come down because we now have a much better control on quality. Customer complaints have come down, sales have gone up. A lot of the advantages from IoT have come to us. We also have energy savings. We are monitoring energy also, and we had very good savings in energy. One of the things we have is we have a solar plant, and from there we monitor on the IoT what is our daily input of what is our daily usage of solar. So that's some of the things which we have. So these are the advantages of having IoT as as we move into the new digital age. Okay, all of you perhaps know what a smart factory is, how it's different from other factories. We all know what a smartphone is and how it's different from a dumb phone. The smart factory is one where you are getting information all the time, everything is connected. You have all connected information. Inge edavadhu nadandadna, what is the impact it is having somewhere else? That's the difference between a smart factory and a dumb factory. So I already mentioned this, what are the benefits that we'll get from IoT? Productivity, energy, cost savings, and quality assurance. Some of the things just a couple of things I want to mention, again, as when I talk about advantages and disadvantages. Some people use the IoT system also for managing their production. Let's say, for example, work order management. Work order management, they use IoT. Yes, it can be used, but keep in mind that we at least prefer not to use it for that. Sometimes you may have security issues. In such cases, you do not want your production to get affected. In case you have a connectivity issue, you do not want your production to get affected. So to a large extent, aim to keep only the things which you are improving and where you're going to get benefits directly in the IoT system. This is not a mandate, this is only a tip which I'm giving from our experience. The other thing, of course, when we have is the control of the machine itself. We have it on our fingertips. So from a central console, we can control the machines. I don't know, you may see something different in your center of excellence, but again, a tip would be for us to keep this outside the IoT system. We are heading into a world where cybercrime is going to keep increasing. So this is something that you just have to keep in mind. You don't have to be overly worried, cyber criminals are going to come and make a mess of my factory. But just keep that in mind that we are in a world where cybercrime is increasing. Okay, what is this? As we said, we just want to make sure that everybody understands the simplicity of IoT. We just collect information from the machines. We can just keep collecting information. But that's not exactly it. You have to collect, if you look at information is of two types as you get from the machine. One is the effect. Effect now, what is it? It is, of course, number of pieces which are coming out, that's a direct production, total output. Temperature on the machine. Some other factors on the machine like, the usage of electricity. These are the kind of things which you see as these are what are called the effects. What are the causes? Causes are the things which keep changing. The man who's working on the machine, the product that's running through the machine itself. That's, different machines behave differently. Maybe even the time of the day. Maybe it's very hot at that time. So these are you look at cause and effect. Basically what this does is to try to correlate cause and effect. That sounds very difficult. Let me explain in a very simple manner. Production குறைஞ்சிருக்கு. எதனால குறைஞ்சிருக்கு? இன்னைக்கு செகண்ட் ஷிஃப்ட்டில் கந்தசாமி வேலை பார்த்துட்டு இருந்தார், மூணாவது ஷிஃப்ட்டில் வேலாயுதன் வேலை பார்த்துட்டு இருந்தார். as simple as that. அதனால ப்ரொடக்ஷன் டவுன் ஆயிருக்கு. இந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஷிஃப்ட்டில் ஆர் இட் குட் பி சம்திங் எல்ஸ். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஷிஃப்ட்டில் ப்ராடக்ட் ஏ ஓடிட்டு இருந்தது, செகண்ட் ஷிஃப்ட்டில் ப்ராடக்ட் பி ஓடிட்டு இருந்தது. These are the kind of simple things which you will be able to get. Of course, if you have a very small factory with one machine or two machines, you might be able to see it yourself. But as you have a large number of machines and you have a large number of people coming in, keeping track of all the factors will become very difficult for you. That is really what this is. Some of also the things I'm going to talk about. நீங்கள் நிறைய டேட்டா கலெக்ட் பண்ணுறீங்க. ஸோ லாட் ஆஃப் த டேட்டா தட் யூ கலெக்ட், huge amount of data you'll be collecting. Just imagine you're collecting data every 1 second or data even every 10 seconds or 1 minute. Something about production, something about speed, something about temperature. That's a huge amount of data. If you store pannache, you have a lot of options. Some of our speakers are going to be talking about it. You can store this on your premises or you can store it in the cloud. I hope everybody is aware what storage on the cloud is. You can store your data on the cloud. Cloud is nothing, it's just a server which is located somewhere else. It's a third-party server and you are just storing your data there. So again, my tip would be to store it in the on your premises. Again, data edukiche, there is the option of compressing the data. What do I mean by compressing the data? Per second, உதாரணத்துக்கு let's take you're getting amperage or you're getting temperature every second. மேபி அது தேவையில்லை. 10 செகண்டுக்கு ஆவரேஜ் எடுத்துக்கோங்க, ஒரு நிமிஷத்துக்கு ஆவரேஜ் எடுத்துக்கோங்க and just store only that data. That is called data compression. அது it's a question of how you do that smartly, and that's really so the reason why I'm telling you all this is that when you go for IoT, you must be thinking on your own. நான் இது எப்படி பண்ண போறேன்னு. Don't you will get a lot of offers, you will get a lot of assistance and advice, but you need to think for yourself. And this is the reason why. If you are going for an accounting system, you can go for SAP or you can go for Tally, ready off the shelf. இந்த மாதிரி off the shelf item will not be readily available for your entire factory. உதாரணத்துக்கு நீங்கள் இப்போ நீங்கள் ஒரு மெஷின், புதுசாக ஒரு மெஷின் வாங்கினீங்கன்னா, the manufacturer will provide you and say that I have the IoT option. இந்த மெஷினில் IoT ஆப்ஷன் இருக்குது, நீங்கள் இது யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். பட் வாட் இஸ் த ப்ராப்ளம் வித் தட்? நீங்கள் இந்த மெஷின் வாங்குறீங்க இந்த சப்ளையர்ட்டேருந்து, இன்னொரு மெஷின் வாங்குறீங்க இன்னொரு சப்ளையர்ட்டேருந்து. தே குட் பி டிஃப்ரெண்ட். இது ஒரு சிஎன்சி மெஷின், இது ஒரு ப்ரெஸ்ஸு, வாட் எவர். So this gentleman gives you one IoT system, this gentleman gives you one IoT system. இதெல்லாம் நீங்கள் எப்படி இன்டிகிரேட் பண்ண போகிறீங்க? How will you be able to see everything together? Yes, you can do it. You can see everything differently. It is possible. You can have a number of different IoT systems and look at it. This could be one simple way of implementation. நீங்கள் ஒன்றும் பண்ண வேண்டாம். The machine manufacturer himself will give you the IoT system and you just take it and use it as it is. Simple methodology. If, however, you want to have your system of your own and you want to make sure that it is in your format and something that you understand, you may have many speakers who will tell you how to integrate everything together, how to get the data and look at it all in one single dashboard. எல்லாத்தையும் ஒரே இடத்துல பார்த்துட்டு, நாட் தட் இந்த மிஷினுக்கு நான் இது வேறு சிஸ்டத்துக்கு போகணும், இந்த மிஷினுக்கு வேறு சிஸ்டத்துக்கு போகணும், அதெல்லாம் தேவைப்படாது. So you need to look at it yourself, but it's a question of how you choose to adopt. And நீங்கள் அதை டிசைட் பண்ணலாம், எப்படி நான் இந்த டேட்டா எப்படி கலெக்ட் பண்ண போகிறேன். All that is something that is your decision. You can discuss with your integrator, whoever is your partner in doing this, as to how you're going to do it. But that's something which, these are all things which I'm saying, if you buy a Tally system, Tally வாங்கிட்டு போடலாம். But when you're going for an IoT system, you need to start thinking about what do I want, how do I do it, etc. There's a little bit of mind application which is involved. And this again is, I'm not going to talk much about this, but this is about system architecture. Your integrator will tell you that this is the best way to do it in such a manner that you achieve all requirements of security and that you do it in a in a proper manner. Now, this is the very, very important part that I want to talk about. If you buy an ERP system, let's say you buy SAP or you buy Oracle, install pannache ella, it's all or nothing. That is not the case with IoT. Many companies which I've seen, I've got many cases of small companies which have started with our welding machines, for example. Start with one machine. Just start with one machine, nothing else. Use it. Then they record what is the benefits. In the machine, எவ்வளோ productivity improve ஆயிருக்கு, எவ்வளோ cost இறங்கிருக்கு இந்த machine மாத்திரம் compared to the other machines. சரி, ஏதாவது benefit வந்திருக்கா? If yes, then they say, okay, let us go for this entire shop. The shop le benefit vandirka? Okay, let me put it for the entire factory. That is the way you go about it, and that's the advantage that you have, that don't spend unless you are convinced that this is going to give you benefits. Of course, as I mentioned, in the longer run, you will have to do it. There is no choice in the matter, but first convince yourself that there is benefit in this. You are going to earn profits out of this. Last point which I want to say is, நீங்க okay கேட்க போறீங்க, okay, இதுக்கு பெரிய IT department தேவைப்படுமா? I do not think so. You may need somebody as an IoT person who will look at it, the IoT எப்படி யூஸ் பண்றது, இந்த IoT system எப்படி யூஸ் பண்றது, what are the systems that we have, how do we train our people to use it. இதுக்கெல்லாம் you might need, and little bit maybe troubleshooting you might need somebody. But நீங்கள் பயப்பட வேண்டாம் that I need a big IT department and things like that to handle this. You can always use outside support. So things that, just to summarize, the things that you need to be looking at are all which I've mentioned here. You look at the cost, look at the benefits, look at how you want to structure your system, but make sure that you're moving forward with this. Our people are going to be talking about, our speakers are going to be talking about the benefits that come from IoT. And these are benefits that you will actually see. Companies have realized. You can actually go down to companies and see for yourself that these are benefits which have been realized. Perhaps you will see it in your center of excellence also. So that would be my submission to you. The last one, I just want to talk about it. There are some people who say that இந்த ஐஓடி எல்லாம் ஒன்றுமே வரத்துக்கு சான்ஸே இல்லை, இதெல்லாம் பெருசாக பேசுகிறாங்க, பட் வரத்துக்கு சான்ஸே இல்லை. பட் ஐ வாண்ட் டெல் யூ அபவுட் சம் ப்ரிடிக்ஷன்ஸ் விச் ஹவ் பீன் மேட் லைக் திஸ் இன் த பாஸ்ட் அபவுட் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் அதர் டெக்னாலஜிஸ் ஆல்சோ. கம்ப்யூட்டர் முதல்ல வரைச்ச த பிரசிடென்ட் ஆஃப் IBM said there may be a world market for maybe 5 computers. இப்போ எவ்வளோ இருக்குது? It must be around 5 billion. Television won't be able to hold on to any market after it captures after the first 6 months. People will soon get tired of staring at a plywood box every night. And yet what happens? We all keep staring at, it's not a plywood box any longer, but we all keep staring at that box. Or most of us do anyway. And this is about internet. The last one is about internet. Internet வரதுக்கு grow ஆகிறதுக்கு வாய்ப்பே இல்லை. That's basically what they said. Internet will be a big flop. We all know what it is today. For the same, exactly the same thing that I want to say about Internet of Things, we may think that today it is nothing very great. 20 years from now, it will be my guess is it will be almost mandatory. People won't even notice it. It will be there in every factory. That's what is my opinion. Thank you for your patience.